distinguished guests, and dear friends, I send you my very warm greetings. I very much regret that I cannot be with you in person to attend this very important second international conference in Africa on child sexual abuse. I would like to begin by congratulating the government of Ghana for placing violence against children as a central concern on the national agenda and for associating such a distinguished group of partners to this meeting. Freedom from violence is a fundamental human right which the international community has solemnly committed to safeguard for all children, everywhere and at all times. Unfortunately, violence against children remains widespread, hidden and socially condoned. Violence knows no geographic or social borders, and it takes place in all contexts, including where children are expected to enjoy a secure environment and special protection, in schools, in care institutions, and also within the home. Despite the growing efforts by governments around the world to prevent sexual violence against children, enormous challenges persist, and this phenomenon is still largely perceived as a social taboo, too sensitive to bring into the open, and still too often a low priority for society. New data from Child Helpline International show that in 2010, child helplines around the world received close to 75,000 calls concerning sexual abuse. Overall, sexual abuse was the third most common of all the types of incidents of violence. Girls were the victims in the vast majority of the cases, accounting for more than 70% of all reported sexual abuse cases. In 40% of the cases, sexual abuse was perpetrated by a member of the victim's immediate or extended family. In many communities, parents view marriage as an important strategy to protect girls from rape or unwelcome sexual advances. Throughout the world, 10 million girls under the age of 18 get married every year, one child marriage every 3 seconds. New data show that 1/3 of girls in the developing world marry during childhood. Many are forced into marriage at a very early age, sometimes at 7 or even earlier. As soon as a girl is married, she is expected to become a woman and leave behind her childhood. Spouses are usually older, sometimes even twice or 3 times their age. Girls' young age and powerlessness make them more vulnerable to domestic violence and sexual abuse. Girls belonging to low socioeconomic status are also at high risk of exposure to HIV infection. They may have fewer opportunities to seek information to keep safe and to benefit from prevention, treatment and support services. In settings where dowry must be paid, dowry-related violence, especially by in-laws, can lead to serious consequences, at times even death. As the Special Representative of the Secretary-General on Violence Against Children, I travel around the world and hear from different people, including children, about how violence is present in their lives and communities. I truly believe that in any action or planning related to protecting children, it is of the utmost importance that we work directly with girls and boys to define our priorities and actions for moving forward. With a well-resourced strategic national agenda, with strong and effective legislation to prohibit all forms of violence against children and safeguard the rights of those concerned, and with sound data and evidence to identify those at risk and address and inform strategic planning, policy decisions and resource allocation, we can build a world without violence. Let me once again congratulate you for placing the protection of children from sexual abuse at the center of your discussions. I look forward to continuing to strengthen our collaboration and to learning about your decisive efforts and recommendations, so that together we can ensure that all children will grow up in a safe environment where sexual abuse has no place. Many thanks.